Every day the world moves. I'm your host, and this is the Briefing Room. Here's what actually happened and why it matters. I'm bringing you 4 major stories reshaping global affairs right now. From Eastern Europe to the Persian Gulf, to the diplomatic tables in Ankara and forced smiles at the NATO summit, today's developments are setting the stage for what comes next. We're covering escalating strikes in Ukraine, the U.S. threatening military action against Iran's diplomacy, Trump's NATO gambit in Ankara, renewed tensions in the Strait of Hormuz, and geopolitical competition in Southeast Asia. Stay with us. Don't forget to comment and keep the stream going. Get all your news in one place. Russia unleashed a coordinated offensive across Ukraine overnight, with waves of missiles and drones striking civilian and military targets. At least 22 people are confirmed dead, with dozens more injured. The attacks mark an intensification of the grinding 4-year war, and they're exposing something critical: gaps in Ukraine's air defenses. After years of fighting, after billions in Western military aid, after countless Ukrainian victories on the ground, Russia still maintains air superiority. Every successful strike tells Moscow something about Ukrainian vulnerabilities. This latest barrage wasn't random. It was probing, testing, mapping weaknesses. For Ukraine, it's a grim reminder that wars don't end with momentum. They end with exhaustion, attrition, and deals made when one side can no longer sustain the fight. President Trump is heading to Ankara this week for the annual NATO summit, and his mission is clear: enforce defense spending commitments. Last year, NATO allies pledged to increase military spending. Trump is going to make sure they follow through. For Europe, this creates immediate pressure. For NATO itself, it raises a fundamental question: is the alliance strengthening because members see a genuine threat, or is it fragmenting because Trump is demanding more money? The answer matters because European defense spending decisions ripple across weapons manufacturing, tech investment, and geopolitical alignment. If Europe doubles down on defense, it's signaling unified resolve against Russia. If countries balk, it signals weakness, and Russia notices. Speaking of Trump, the U.S. President Donald Trump has renewed his threat of military action against Iran, saying the United States will either reach a deal with Iran or finish the job.
We took out so much oil that people didn't know, and it only took a month and a half. They finally found out they had no radar because their radar was destroyed. So we took them out late at night with no lights, no nothing. And our great Navy, which did the greatest blockade anyone's ever seen, not one ship got through in 2 months. And we then freed up the blockade because we're close to maybe making a deal. I don't know. We'll make either. Look, we're going to win one way or the other. We're either going to make a deal or we're going to finish the job, okay? And it won't be tough to finish the job. I'd rather make a deal because I don't want to affect 91 million people.
Myanmar is emerging as a critical arena for China-India competition. State visits, diplomatic engagement, infrastructure investment, both Beijing and New Delhi, are signaling their commitment to Myanmar's future. Why? Myanmar sits at the crossroads of South and Southeast Asia. Control Myanmar's alignment, and you influence regional trade, security, and geopolitical balance. China wants Myanmar in its sphere. India wants to prevent that. The dueling visits aren't just diplomatic theater, they're power moves. They're each side saying, "We matter here, we're investing, we're staying." For Myanmar, it's opportunity. Both sides are courting, so leverage exists. For the region, it's a test of whether China or India can build a more compelling coalition. Every day the world moves. Today, it moved in 4 distinct directions at once. Russia escalated in Ukraine. The U.S. and Iran inched toward stability. Europe braced for Trump's pressure on defense spending. China and India jostled for position in Myanmar. Tech companies confronted an energy reckoning. These aren't isolated events. They're pieces of a larger picture. A world where power is decentralizing, where allies are uncertain, where technology is reshaping strategy, and where every decision ripples across borders. Stay informed, stay ahead. If this gave you clarity, like it, share it with someone who needs to know, and subscribe, and comment. If you have any thoughts on any of the issues reported on here today, remember new briefing every single day. Stay ahead, stay informed.